Okay, hello again. It's been a while since we've talked last, and I hope things are working well for you. You've made progress, enjoying your lives and filling it with lots of little positive things that you accomplish every day, which each one of those accomplishments gives you more strength and more worth, self worth, confidence, and makes you realize who you are and the fact that you have gained everything and really nothing to lose. Sometimes in life, we end up seeing things the way that we would not have preferred it, even though that is the way it should have been, because it has, therefore it should have been, but we don't see it. However, it doesn't matter what we see or what we don't see, because often we really don't understand why things happen. But if we want to touch on the reality of life, then we would refer to the fact that we are not end all be all. We are not where the buck stops. We are not the wise man of the world. We are not the creator of this world. Whatever is your belief, I don't care what religion, what philosophy, or if no religion. The fact is, we are not the ones who created this world. We are not the ones who made things happen the way they have or will. If we are assured of that, therefore simply, it leaves us the question or the fact that therefore there is a higher hand, there is a higher intelligence. Therefore, if there is a higher intelligence and I'm not that, why would I be so worried about why I have a breakup? Obviously, this is a design for me for this life, because the life is a journey and I have accumulated certain experiences through this path towards a certain destination. And at this time, this was what I was supposed to learn. And because there's a higher being, a higher intelligence, has decided for me that this is where things is enough. That's where I could, that's how much I could learn here. And now for me, it's time to advance and continue my journey toward other things that is set for me to experience them and learn and to become the man that I've always wanted to be, and I don't know it yet myself. Therefore, it is a comforting thing to believe and to understand that what is happening to our lives, there has to be a reason for it. And just as I don't know why I am here in this world, how I got here as a decision, I know how we got here. We know that. We've all studied biology. But we don't know why and for what purpose and who decided. Obviously, we didn't. It was decided for us. So the rest of the journey after birth is also decided for us by something. Perhaps as part of the whole organization of the universal nature, we are also subject to its development and evolution. And as whatever it was out there who created the universe, created the world, and started the evolution from millions of years ago, and constantly had things to change and break down and break up and separate and go again and join again and separate and continue and develop until the world is shaped the way it is also deciding for us how to continue, when to break things up, the experience that we're having, when it resigns that this is as much as we would learn from this experience. And now it's time for us, because we have advanced, to go further toward other things that we're supposed to experience and learn in this life, until the time we are then ready and become the man or the father, or ready to be married or have a serious relationship, and become the person that we're supposed to be. All those things are not in our hands. We just are supposed to do our best and be at our best while we go through the stages that would end up making us to become the one that we are supposed to become. So therefore, if you understand this, if you don't understand any of the things that I've shared with you, but you understand the fact and you believe the fact that we did not create the universe, something else did. And whatever else that something else is, it obviously has its hand and wisdom and intelligence deciding and designing in everything. And so what makes us think that what is happening toward our day and with our girlfriend, breakup or makeup or relationship or separation, what makes us think that that is not part of the evolution of this world? As for the evolution of the world to the better, every single part of this, what makes this world, little rocks, little plants, animals, human beings, they each are members of this whole big evolution. And for the major evolution of the world and the universe, all these small pieces of it, or the parts of this world, must also evolve. And this is part of our personal development and evolution. Otherwise, you would not evolve if you stay where the designer or the intelligence, higher intelligence, has not felt is necessary for you to stay there. So we must have a certain kind of a belief and a faith in things that we cannot answer. Not everything in life is supposed to be answered for us when we want the answer. Maybe the answer is there, but we just don't understand it right now. And that's a legitimate way for not seeing the answer, because it's just like grade 4, you show him the algebra and can't understand, therefore doesn't understand, so it's no use explaining it to him or her. And we gotta wait until it's time, then he can see the formulas and relationship between the numbers and the formula and so on, and he can understand, absorb it. But those facts were always there, but it wasn't the right time for him to understand it. So therefore, he felt it doesn't exist. Algebra doesn't make sense. Whatever has happened or whatever I don't understand, I can't understand why it's there, because I can't understand it. But what we don't understand are lots. We're not supposed to only accept or abide by what we understand. Sometimes in life, there are many things we don't understand, but we know it has to be there the way it is. So let's introduce a little bit of a faith into our life rather than thinking that we are it. We know everything and all we know is all there is. Well, that's not the case. We all know it. Only a stupid man thinks that all I know is all there is. So in that way, makes you feel a little bit more relaxed about what is happening through your life, because you have just been proven by yourself and by your thoughts that we are not the Almighty, we are not the organizer, we are not the designer, we are not the higher wisdom and higher intelligence. We didn't make this world. So how is it that I'm supposed to be questioning why me? Why this breakup? Well, just as everything else had a reason to be there and to change to what it is now, so we will end up with this kind of a world and evolve and the evolution continues. Well, this is part of, again, the evolution of the universe, but happening in a very close proximity to us, about us, a relationship, a breakup with a girlfriend. That's a small part of our own personal evolution, which in turn affects the whole world and evolution as a whole. And that is why it has happened, because it has to, for the world to get to where it's supposed to be developed and evolve to. So let's remember that we are part of a bigger picture than what we are looking at ourselves right now. And if something happens to us of this nature, well, we have to simply understand that we don't have to understand everything to accept it or to continue our journey as full force and focused as we're supposed to be. Therefore, things are not really that difficult to absorb. We don't need to understand or have exact reason for things like this that we're talking about to be okay with it and enjoy every bit of our life and attend to all our duties and keep everything as serious as it should be for our studies and school and job and relationship with friends and whatever else we're supposed to accomplish. And don't let your focus to keep going to the same garbage that your thought was staying there for a while and make you feel Not good. Answer me. What is the motivation of us doing things in this world? Well, we either feel good about doing it, or we feel pain, and that's why we don't do it. So you see, there's a pleasure and not pleasure. There is comfort and discomfort. These are the reasons that we do things. Yeah? If something is uncomfortable, we don't do it. If something is pleasurable and fun and safe and positive, we do it. So the motivation of things happening, supposedly for a reasonable man, is, if this tastes good, pleasure. Unless you drink it fast and you choke on it. But if it doesn't taste good, I will not drink it anymore. So there's a motivation for doing something, and there should be a motivation for not doing something. So answer me this. If pleasure is inviting for us to do something, and isn't it obvious and logical to think that pain is the reason and discomfort is the reason that we will not want to do something? We should not want to do something, right? Okay. Sitting like this and depressed, and your thoughts about nonsense, and not noticing all these things that I've been sharing with you, and staying in that posture and position of negativity, and not being able to focus on your duties and feel accomplishing your tasks, therefore to feel good about yourself, is that fun? Is that pleasure? No. So what is it? Between pleasure and pain, between pleasure and not pleasure, between comfort and not comfort, discomfort. Definitely is not this side stuff. Not pleasure, not comfort, not happiness, not good feeling. So what is it then? It's discomfort, unhappy, pain. So didn't we say if it's pleasure, we want to do it? If it's pain, naturally, obviously, logically, we shouldn't be wanting to do it. So why is it that you have this uncomfortable, unhappy, sad, and pain, but you still keep doing it? What kind of a logic is that? We're supposed to be helpful to the development of the universe and nature, as well as development of ourselves. And we should get our cues from what is happening in our lives through the nature, by perhaps the higher design. And that should give us a comfort that whatever has happened, it had to happen because it was designed by the designer, by the intelligence, higher intelligence, to happen like that, for the good of us, for the development of us. So it doesn't matter how I feel about it. I have faith and comfort that this was the right thing to happen because it happened. Because I do understand that there is a higher power somewhere, in any shape or form, somehow. Because it's illogical to think that I created this world, something else did. And that something else is powerful enough to have designed all these things and have designed me too, to bring me to this world. And also now, things that are happening in my life is also according to a certain design. I'm sure of that. Therefore, I should be very comfortable with it, to understand that whatever it makes me feel like, it doesn't matter. It has to happen this way. This was the way for my best future and development and evolution. Therefore, there it is. Everything's in order. This had to happen and has happened. So now I'm ready to go, and I'm commissioned to go to the next step, next experience on my journey of this life. So you should be happy. The initial pain and discomfort is normal because we're used to what it was, and we have memories, and we keep thinking of the memories, and we don't remember any of the bad stuff naturally because we're good-hearted people, and we simply having our ego hurt. We really are not concerned about really the rest of it. It's just the momentary and the immediate things that we're thinking about. We're not thinking about that this was the wrong thing, and for the future we got better things happening and suitable stuff for us. We're just thinking about the moment. We're thinking small, and that's why we are human. We're usually thinking small. And that's why we should broaden our horizon and understand the bigness of this whole nature and universe, and how big we are as part of this humongous organization and intelligence of universe, and we should not be feeling like the way we're feeling or facing the way we're facing the stuff that is happening in our life. We should think of ourselves as part of a bigger picture, and therefore we're bigger than all these nonsense that we let occupy our mind. It's very small. We should focus on our things and keep going, because that is what decided for us to go to the next step, next experience, next sets of experiences, and become more developed and stronger and better and mightier and accomplish more and self-worth more. We wouldn't be able to get it if we would have stayed here. And that's why the universe has decided for us, or Almighty, or whatever you believe in, has decided for us to go on. If we don't go on, we won't get closer to our destination. That's why things have happened the way they've happened. That might answer your question a little bit, and you could rest assured that there are bigger and better things waiting for you. But it's not going to wait for you if you just get stuck in the mud, which you're not supposed to be in it. It's time for you to go. It's a journey, so we are all travelers. And this is time to move on, go to the next experience in life, and travel as it evolves, until the right time and opportunity and the person suitable for us and is designed and waiting for the right time in our life and right time of our development, self-development, waiting to present itself to us. Be sure of that. What you should be focusing right now is not to lose opportunities that are at your feet. Your duties, your studies, your activities, your friends, your positive life, and your accomplishments to be focused on. So that is how you're supposed to be carrying the ball, carrying your life ahead to the future. Strong strides, always forward. It's designed for you, decided for you. You have no worry about, no questions to be answered. As you believe, sometimes you gotta have faith. Faith is bigger than every little things that you see in your day, or everything that anybody could possibly cause for you. These are all small potatoes. Have faith. Faith is where everything has decided, and that is all what we believe. I don't have an answer, but I have faith that it will be okay. Why? Because it has happened, and it has happened by the hands of the higher intelligence. Why? Because there is a higher intelligence. There should be. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, because I don't know how to have made myself. I don't know how to have made the rest of the world. And because it's here, something has caused it, and that something has caused me to be here, and that something has caused whatever else is happening has happened. Therefore, I have faith that that something has done good for me for whatever else it is that I find myself right now in it. And I simply need to understand this and take my cue from it and go on to better, stronger, more positive places. Be happy. Focus on your things. I assure you, things will be as great as it should be. You just don't see it right now. It's like you're just climbing a mountain. You don't see what's behind it. But there is something you can't see. Just because I can't see it, then there's nothing behind this hill. Keep going. You'll find the oasis when the time comes. Good night and enjoy. Write me. Let me know how you're doing.